Or...
We are now live. You can do the intro sub. I'm just going to sit and be quiet.
You're going to sit and sulk.
Yeah, pretty much.
Comment hasn't had the best time today with stuff. So
I guess I am a robot. I guess we finally learnt the truth. I'm a robot.
Woo!
I always
You
knew
could
it.
write on the news.
Yeah, I'll rant about it on Twitter or
on the
something. I'll be like the
baby.
rest of the internet. I'll rant about it on Twitter and make a big kerfuffle. But anyway, hello everyone.
Okay, and not
Welcome to
talk
this
to any of
episode
your
of
friends
Dummies and Dice. Apologies for being late.
Technical
I'm not-
difficulties.
Yes,
Very
technical
technical
difficulties. So yeah, I'll leave it to our beautiful DM to start the.
Shit, I'm
Intro.
on the wrong intro. Good job I noticed that before I repeated myself.
That's a very good thing.
That would have been. Oh, that just would have been funny.
Right,
Oh, dear, another.
there we go. That's the right one. See, I have to have multiple sheets open because I have multiple sets of info. Rightio. So, the Festival of the Summer Lights has concluded its first day. Whilst one of our members of the Syrcas was hiding outside, the rest enjoyed a pleasant evening and light sleep before eventually making their way to the festival. Once two of them realised the correct way to get there, that is. Whilst Agnes searched the stalls, with Cerno searching for her and failing, Boar went to retrieve Arsene, who had set up camp outside the city walls, on the other side, in an effort to avoid people. Much to her dismay, Boar quickly grabbed and then carried her right back to the centre of everyone. A few purchases were made, a few games were tried out, and some of the party even managed to make some gold. Cerno at the so-called boulder toss, Boar by proving his might, and Savangal by her performances.
I beat people up.
The day drew to a close, with the sun setting marking the start of the long-awaited performance. 4 mages retold a legend, giving the crowd a visual representation to go along with it. It was after this show that a stranger made herself known to the party. Inquisitive about you guys and showing general interest, however, you could not get much more out of her than that. We return to our party as Alicia walks away, rather elegant in her movement. She pauses for a second, glances over her shoulder, and says with a smile, "If you're interested in learning about my favourite story, I suggest you look up the Skywings and find it yourself." And so, she continues moving away. But what we are more interested in is what do the Syrcas do next?
Yeah,
That's a really good question.
Yay, good intro.
Also, I'll stick you onto the
thank you.
all the way onto this tab.
No, it's really zoomed in.
What time is it currently?
It's getting close to an hour past dusk.
Are there
Now I
any
can
more
actually
games up?
read it.
It seems most things are done for the evening.
Okay, I'm going. Bye, guys.
Are you going to go sleep outside the walls again?
Yes.
We have a hotel, you know that, right?
I
Or-
know that.
Yeah. Okay.
With
Right.
private rooms where people. Okay.
I dragged it back this time. Whose turn is it?
I'm not fetching her.
Okay.
I don't know. It's a bit mean that we don't.
Wake up. Yes, keep.
What'd you say?
We should go and. I don't know. Should we go and be with her tonight? I mean, it's a bit lonely. I
Wouldn't
mean,
be too bad. I mean,
I am nighttime.
I'm up for
I'm
camping
not there.
right now.
I guess she does have night eyes. But I want to pat
She
night
does.
eyes, so I'm going.
Oh, nowadays is very.
You're
happy
going to
with me.
sleep out. Okay.
Boys
I'm
are
going to
go
sleep
as well.
outside with Arsene, just so I can pat night eyes. See ya! And I start walking,
not allowed.
and I go walking off to follow Arsene if she's already left or not.
Agnes
Can
is
I
giving
try-
Cerno the stink eye.
Can I try to sneakfully follow?
I mean, you can roll stealth.
Gonna do
Look.
this
Where
overnight.
Behind past.
What's the cat doing right now?
She's on someone else's roof playing the bagpipes before going to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
My stealth,
Thought so.
my stealth is +5. Yes, it is.
He's following Cerno. Agnes is heading back to the tavern.
Arsene, as you're walking along, out of the corner of your eye, you notice a very large, furry figure sort of ducking and weaving in between alleys and shadows. Sort of roll your eyes, knowing exactly who this figure is.
I thought he was following
So
Cerno.
I see him as well.
Oh yeah, I'm following Cerno.
Who's following
Yes, sorry.
Arsene?
Yeah.
Or
So
we're walking
Cerno
with
and
Arsene.
Arsene notice the bugbear following behind them.
I wave.
Right, I'm gonna try and
I
sneak
wave
in
with a
too,
big
then
smile.
lose you down some alleyways or something. How do I
I'm
do
like,
it?
shit, and I stay behind.
Stealth?
Okay, stealth.
Stealth.
Not
Where?
you, as in Arsene.
Oh, it's an X. Oh, what will I do?
Wait, is she trying to ditch me?
Yep.
Yep.
She's trying to ditch us, yeah.
Have fun, guys.
Yeah.
Perception is 12.
I mean, okay, okay. Well then.
Cerno, you sort of watch Boar from behind, and as you turn to continue following Arsene, you notice that she has just vanished.
Perception check. Can I see her?
You can try and find her, which would be a perception check.
So
I'm also moving where my tent is because I know Ball knows where it is.
Yeah, Boy knows where the fuck it is, so Boy's gonna start rushing past to see if he can get there before her.
No, you have higher movement speed than me.
I do.
Cerno, you notice the very distinctive hooded figure just disappearing down an alley.
God damn it. Where did you get these?
The exact role I needed.
I'd like to say, while this is still happening, you have a cat on the roof playing bagpipes and Agnes getting drunk. It's great.
Great, it's a great way to spend your evening.
I follow after her, and when
Boy's
I
just
catch up, I
booking
go,
it towards the tent, is
Arsene,
all he's
why'd you
doing.
disappear like that? You almost left me behind.
Poor oblivious
Sorry,
Cerno.
Cerno, I didn't. I was distracted by something else.
First he couldn't find Agnes, now Arsene, nearly losing him.
You lot are bad
Sorry.
parents.
Guys,
If
just
someone
not
sees
having
you
any
losing
luck.
their kid in the street,
Parents.
yeah,
Excuse you?
Cerno's been confused for a child multiple times at this point.
That's just true.
I'm
Yeah, Boy is now just dashing at this point.
surprised people haven't kicked him out of the places or anything, because his hair's all matted. He's not exactly clean.
I think they've seen.
Druid.
I think they've seen halflings before.
Yeah, something about that. Uncommon. Oh, druids, right?
One that looks like
Mhm.
Cerno, though.
No, druid halfling, yeah, I suppose.
You'd probably get kicked out more because you look homeless than a child.
Okay,
This is-
let's
A little
clarify
different.
this now. I'm not homeless. My home is nature. So I am
So
technically
he's
not
in a hole
homeless.
in the ground.
Yes.
He essentially,
He's calling his girlfriend home. This is weird.
no, he
So
rents a
many
hole
jokes
from
I
some
could
rabbits.
make.
He rents
Is it-
some hole. He rents a rabbit hole from some rabbits.
I give them free carrots and stuff. It's great.
By the way,
Okay.
is there a way I can make it before our scene gets there?
Oh god.
Your movement speed is technically faster. Oh, what does? Yeah, no, your movement speed is faster. So knowing where Arsene has set up, yes, you will just be able to get there before.
Curse you.
I'm not going to get there.
Oh, so you
Before they
waited.
get there, Boy is actually going to set up a little bit away.
Hey, Buttinson's on the case.
15, 8, 2,
And try to see if he can
Mm.
just make it to where he's just alone. In like decent distance away.
And Felix is gonna quietly ask Night Eyes to keep Cerno just distracted with that. Go, Night Eyes.
How does Night Eyes do this?
Night Eyes just lands on your shoulder and pushes his face against yours.
Aww, snuggles!
There you go.
I start
Well, fair enough.
patting Night Eyes and stuff.
Okay.
And while this is going
Alright.
on, Boy's going to sit and meditate.
Alright.
Is
Decently near the forest, so he can sit near like the edge of the woods.
if there's anything by.
Oh, forests
if
are my
there's any.
favorite terrain. I
Edge of
should've
the
done that.
woods?
You'd have to go a while to get there.
Is there a
There's
go a while?
grasslands, maybe.
The nearest woods are Neverwinter woods.
Okay, fine then. I'm just going to sit out in the open field and meditate with the Book of the Stormbreaker in my lap.
All right. I mean, there's an odd tree, but there is no forest or woods nearby.
Okay, fine. I'm going to sit underneath that tree.
All
Well,
right.
let's
You find a
maybe-
relatively reasonable tree and set up below it.
Debating whether this is a good time to check my map or not.
And if you want,
How distracted is Cerno?
how distracted is Cerno?
I'm patting Night Eyes.
Mhm.
I don't know how distracted that makes someone. I mean-
Do you have your full attention on patting, or are you sort of absent-mindedly patting whilst doing something else, like paying attention?
Absent-mindedly patting while looking around and stuff. Because I
Yep.
I haven't been on this. Oh, I have been on this side of the
Yeah,
city,
you've been
but
on the
only a
side of
few
Neverwinter.
times.
This is the side you first entered it.
Yeah, but probably once, maybe.
Yeah,
Or it's been a while
You've
since I'm
most-
looking around.
you've gotten more used to the southern side of Neverwinter than the northern.
Alright. Well, I don't know why. Probably at some point. Definitely would have been my first time going through the main part of Neverwinter. Well, find myself going through it at least.
No, you as a party have explored around Neverwinter.
We just have yet
yeah,
to see
we
the
went as a
fucking Richburg
yeah.
district.
I forgot about that. I thought, wait, no, didn't I stay behind in the Travelers District?
You may have. I can't
I'm sure
entirely
I did.
remember, to be honest.
I'm sure
She
I
went
did.
to the library with Agnes.
Oh, we did, didn't we? I
So,
forgot
so
about
you've been into the main side of it at least.
that. Okay, I've been into the one part of it. I forgot about the library visit. Was the
Agency.
Yeah, Ganassi. Anyway, I'm just gonna go. Yeah, good night, Serena.
Good night.
I go to bed. Gonna go to bed. Pretend to go to bed, and I'm
Just-
gonna read my map.
Just pointing out, your tents are on the cart,
The cart. So
Oh,
which you
Wait,
guys
did I not
don't have.
say wait?
Arsene,
Well, Arsene would have taken hers.
Arsene took hers and went and set up. But Boar and Cerno, you don't
Oh.
have your tents.
mm,
I'm
I
gonna sleep under
realized
this fucking
this.
tree.
And you can
How
just
big-
see
Shit,
you
I
can see
made
an
a
anime style bead of
great
sweat
mistake.
just appear on Cerno's forehead. Uh-oh.
Boys
One
just
second.
started.
yeah,
Boys
what
outside.
Boar's happy sleeping outside.
What time is it right now?
It's probably like, God, wait, if this was
Okay, I'm back.
harvest. Wait,
What time would it
was
be right
Harvest
now?
Post? Harvest Post?
Time? It's probably a couple of hours past nightfall, so you're probably looking at about, since it's springtime, you're probably now looking at about 10ish.
Yeah, that's a bit late to go get the tent.
This is a very early night.
Oh boy.
Maybe. Oh,
How
Shadows
cold
going
is
back
it?
to the wilderness.
Because I assume it's rather chilly.
Well, actually, it was
It's summer.
It is
ain't it?
summertime.
No.
You are kind of north, but the climate is more of that of England
Yeah, so it's cold as hell.
It's gonna
for an
Right.
Australian. Yeah, it's not sweltering hot. It's not sweltering hot, but it's nowhere near freezing.
Nice
Okay.
heat waves are weird. So,
Is there
you've
any,
slept out. You, Cerno, have slept outside in this temperature before.
Yeah.
mhm.
I
So the
put
temp-
Night Eyes sort of down, and I sort of. Is there a campfire? Can I make a campfire?
yeah, go
Does
for it.
Arsene have a campfire?
Bob's not.
Probably actually, yeah. I wouldn't see why not.
So there is a campfire nearby.
Yeah, Soto sits
Mm.
down in front of the campfire for a little, meditates with his just sits with nature, and sort of.
Sits with his pillow and meditates.
I'm always with my pillow, mate. Okay. No. I'm gonna sit, sort of, be at one with nature, ground in nature, and maybe just listen to my spirits. See if I
He starts
hear
making.
anything.
If you get what you one more with your girlfriend while it seems that the Agnes is gonna be freaking pissed. Don't
What?
get with one with your girlfriend.
I've seen leave if anything like that happens.
Okay.
I
And
love
then
you,
I'll-
honey,
And then I'll
I
clock out to
Be
sleep.
one with your girlfriend.
No. No. Just
Oh.
All right, so Arsene ends up going to sleep. Cerno goes
Oh no,
to
I'm
sleep.
pretending.
Arsene goes into a tent. Cerno curls up outside, goes to sleep next to the campfire after some meditation. Boar's doing some meditation. Savangel, Arsene, not Arsene, Savangel, Agnes. Well, they both begin with A. What are you two doing?
Mm-hmm.
Sleeping on someone's roof after practicing her playing the bagpipes.
All right.
Agnes
Agnes?
hang out with whoever was in the tavern and was drinking and being merry and having a good time and then
As you
sleep.
walk in, the bartender
Oh.
recognizes you and is like, "Hey, what happened to your friends? Weren't there 3 others?"
Yeah, the magic show went really bad. And,
Wait, what?
no.
Others have been saying it went amazing.
Yeah, it's a joke. Don't worry. They're well, one
Oh,
you can probably hit just heard on the roof. Still sorry about her.
Bagpipes.
And the others, for some reason, decided to sleep outside the walls again. Don't know.
You travel with an interesting bunch.
You can say that.
I definitely can. I just did.
So one room for me tonight. He'll be.
But of course. All right. So, unless there's anything else anyone else wants to do in the evening,
I was gonna
No,
look at my map secretly. 'cause I
all
have
right.
a
You
lantern.
look at your map. It is a map.
Okay. Wait,
Yes.
wait. Do we know where it goes?
Make a. Hmm.
Hmm.
At least something painful to roll. Feel it.
Shit, boy might fall asleep during this campaign.
No.
I would say a
Oh.
history or a nature check.
History. That's the only one I have a +2 in. I'm proficient. 20.
Okay, so you haven't been around the area, but it's heavily wooded. It seems to depict a small sort of part of a lake. And with this information, you sort of piece together it's probably on the northern end of Jetta. the continent which you're on. It is probably close above the plane which you guys went across whilst you were tracking. So you assume it's probably the one of the or in the forest to the northeast sort of area from where you were there.
North of the plain of Tribal?
It would be northeast of Tribor, yes.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. I missed out the end. Okay, thank you. I'm going to bed now.
All right. So with that, most of you find peaceful and restful sleep. Morning comes, and Bor, Arsene, and Sono, you are somewhat awoken by the sound of people moving around what it seems to be a few farmers heading towards their fields, and the general busyness from around the area outside of the actual
Okay.
city walls.
Hmm.
I love the noise of busyness. Okay. Okay. Get up. I'm going to put my tent away.
All right.
Get
Sono
ready
will
for the day.
already be awake.
One.
He'll be looking over his piece of paper that he wrote in his drunken stupor, going, "So this is what happens when I get drunk."
I become a genius!
Write
Yes,
a book.
I do.
Write a book. People will buy it.
Nah, I don't know. I don't have much need for books. This is cool.
Go.
I think I need to refine this a little more. I stuff it back into my like packs and things.
Pockets,
Pockets, yes.
pack.
Pocket, yeah,
Have
pack.
fun.
Morning!
Morning.
Samangil has decided to be a rooster and decided to play the bagpipes to wake everybody up at the crack of dawn.
Oh,
Poor thing.
oh, that's gonna earn you a reputation.
Don't mind me.
Well, you start playing, and you hear a few groans from the house which you're currently stood upon.
Is she anywhere near the tavern?
No, she's some distance away. One or
Oh.
two doors slam open, and make a dexterity check, please.
Just to check, not to save.
Yeah, no, go save. Dexterity save. You are able to dodge out of the way of the several objects hurled towards you in quick succession. You do, however, have to break flow of your musical number to do so. But you did not get hit square in the face by a shoe or the other household objects. You're pretty sure one of them chucked a frying pan in your general direction.
On a natural one, that would have knocked you right the hell out.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, good PUBG reference there, sub. Right, man. Good reference.
I mean, I know they claim copyright, but they didn't do it first.
No, Tangled probably did it before them.
I think it's a trope at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's a fun one.
Indeed.
You sleep well, Arsene?
Yeah. Good. Good, thanks. How about you?
Where's
Sorry
Night
that you
Eyes?
didn't have your tent.
Where's Night Eyes, sub?
That is a good question.
I'm assuming
Ask Fiona.
if I'm up and ready, Night Eyes is back on my shoulders. Kind of like when I put my hood up, not Arcee. Night Eyes sort of sits on my shoulders, hidden partially by the hood. With me. That's what I'm going for.
So you do see a tail leading out from essentially around Arsene's neck, and what appear to be eyes staring out at you from the other side of her neck underneath the hood.
I give a little wave and say, "Morning, Night Eyes."
I guess my toes turns the greeting. A little tail wag or something, I don't know.
His paw just comes up. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You see a little flick of the tail, and you get a general feeling of cheeriness from him.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
As in, literally in your brain, you feel the emotion of cheer coming from him.
Why is he in such a good mood? You know.
So, do you have anything you need to do today?
Well, I was thinking of, I don't know, looking around town a little bit, but maybe not yesterday was a bit, but now. We could just go get the cart and the others and just start going.
Well, we do need to figure out where we're going.
No, that's true. That's true. We should
Well-
probably find them and ask.
Yeah. I'm gonna find a place to send my letter along the way, so
Oh,
we can go do that.
yeah, that sounds good. Sure, we can do that.
Okay, let's go. Would
Okay.
we don't know that Boar's anywhere near here, so
No, we haven't.
we're just gonna piss off and go do that
he-
stuff.
Yeah, no, he ran off ahead.
We did. We did not know.
Mhm.
All right,
No.
Sana,
Yeah.
Agnes, heading through town.
Wait, what?
Not Agnes, Sana, Arsene. Oh, I'm mixing them up apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Well.
Agnes is having her breakfast. She wouldn't have been woken up by her music.
Nope. So it's after dawn. It's probably about 8 in the morning, and your in-stay will have cost you 5 silver.
Yep, done that. She would have had a few drinks. I'm going to mark off a few copper for it.
Well, bearing in mind that a mug's 4 copper,
Mm-hmm.
probably a silver and 2.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you are having a meal of what appears to be mostly porridge.
Oh.
She has had worse.
I mean, it's not terrible porridge, but
Mhm.
it's porridge nonetheless.
She's had worse than porridge.
All right.
And then she's going to head towards the trade district. So I don't know how timing's going to work out with everyone else.
Boy's staying behind at this point.
All right. And Savangal? Been an hour or so, maybe 2, 3 from after your dawn bagpipes.
She's going back to the tavern where our Agnes is and orders breakfast.
All right. Well, that will set her back. Yeah, 3 silver.
We buy something to eat along the way.
That'll probably that'll cost you guys 3 silver as well,
Alright.
just for the sake of convenience.
Well, pay for the scene as well, I guess.
Wait, we're getting
Boy's,
food? Wait, what?
Boy's going to keep
So,
meditating.
That's
and see
6
if he
silver,
can-
so that's...
Mm.
Boar's going to meditate. What? Sorry.
To see if
You
he
will
can
see
get a
quickly you just
general
became the child of the
direction.
group.
Abby.
I'm sorry.
to see
Boar
if
was
he can
meditating to do what? Sorry.
to see if he can get a feel of what he should be doing next.
All right. Roll a. I roll a religion check.
Oh, seeing how my first roll's been amazing. How about this one? D20 and add. Gotta wait for D&D Beyond to load on my phone. Hold on.
2. Your religion is 2.
Yes, yes it is. Meditate. 21.
All right. So during your meditation, you feel like the fight definitely was something which you felt like you needed to do, and it felt good to do so again and not kill.
Yeah.
A show of strength. A general show of strength, and a good show if you do say so yourself.
Mhm.
You feel you haven't really. Yeah, you feel like you've sort of wandered slightly from the path, but you're feeling a bit more on track now. As to what to go and do, you feel like honorable battle. An honorable fight, maybe taking on a
Dragon?
job or taking on a job or two to help people out for a good cause, something like that.
Okay.
Show of strength to a show of strength, and also in doing helping others, and you feel you will be doing good again.
Okay. At this time, Boy is going to get up and make his way back to the tavern to also seek food. Because at this point, his stomach is going.
Well, I will say this: it will take you quite a while to get back to the tavern, as in specifically the one Agnes and Savangal are in.
He's just walking past loads of food places. Just
He's
gets
walking
his...
past 2 bakeries.
Fine.
A
I'm
butcher or
going to stop
2.
and get a fucking donut. How about that? The donut.
The donut, a singular donut, will cost you 7 copper.
7 copper. Ooh.
It's a rare pastry.
Yeah, it would be fucking good for that. Even though, like, I have a shit ton of copper, but. Alright, there's that marked off.
All right, so Agnes and I assume Savangal finishes her breakfast and then waits until Agnes is done.
hmm
So Agnes, you probably you've finished your breakfast by about now. It is around 9 o'clock. Heading to the trade district.
Yes. The potion shop that I've been to before.
The one with the I believe it was a gnome.
I didn't write that bit down.
I believe it was a female gnome.
There was the potion shop and the general magic shop.
Yes, you went to a potion shop and a general magic shop.
And the general magic
Well,
shop
it
was
was
more
more a
expensive.
herbalist. It was more a herbalist, but yeah. All right. So you make your way there. I would say probably Sono, Arsene, Samangal, and Agnes would meet up.
Yeah,
Do I
seems
get
right.
to send my letter without any problems or any events?
For the sake of brevity, we'll say that all 5 of you meet up and you split up to do your assigned your different chores and what you want to go do. So
Alright.
Agnes is going to a potion shop, the
Yes.
potion shop that she knows of. Sono is looking for a delivery
Postman.
service, essentially.
Postman Pat.
What is what is the other 3 doing?
Savangal's looking for a place to buy a crossbow.
All right.
I think I'll probably go get a potion as well. Some potions.
And Boar?
It's a really good question.
Donut raid of the town.
Boy's gonna look for a cape.
For what?
A cape.
A cape.
cape.
No caps.
Nuggets.
Nuggets.
Couldn't die.
All right. Well, Boar, Sano, and Savangol investigation checks.
Shit, I have to open
wait,
the other
did you
D&D
say me
Beyond
as well?
page.
Yeah.
Okay.
Since you guys are all looking for things you haven't particularly found yet in this city.
Wait, wouldn't Arsene be going with Agnes?
Straight fucking roll.
If
didn't
I'd
I
seen
say-
and said she
I
wanted to go
thought I said
potion
Boar,
again.
Sano, and Savangol.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I heard you say Arsene. Oh.
Did I say Arsene?
I don't think so. Oh.
All right. All right.
Boar doesn't like
And
looking.
Sano?
A little better, a little better.
Boar, you're in a city.
Wandering by himself.
You sort of look around. You go, I don't actually know where the. Oh, they've all gone.
It's just him wandering around the same block for a few hours.
He's wandering in a circle the entire time, a 1 meter diameter circle. All right. So Savangel and not Savangel, Agnes and Arsene.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Agnes leads you to the little herbalist shop, sort of just off a back street that she had found a little while ago when she was last here, but manages to get there with not too many getting losts. You approach; it is open for business. The little front window with showing sort of all different sorts of dried herbs is still there, and the door is stood open.
Go in.
Yeah, didn't know you. Think so.
I was assuming Agnes the annoying Arsene just hiding behind her.
Leave me alone.
All right, so you make your way in. The sort of herbal scent hitting you is slightly familiar from last time you were here. Quite strong, quite pungent. Takes a little bit of a while to get used to. At the moment, the counter is just empty, and the door leading on back is sort of ajar.
Excuse me? Hello?
Oh, I have customers. 1 second.
Oh,
Hi.
she sounds so sweet.
You hear this sort of scraping of a chair, and then the footfall as the small gnome female appears round the door, putting sort of a pair of spectacles bouncing off onto her nose. Oh, hi. How can I help?
Hi. I was after some potions of healing again. The ones you sold me last time worked wonderfully.
Oh, yes. Well, I currently have, and she wanders over to a display, and before kind of glancing around, this quickly going to the end of this display and picking up a small sort of set of steps, which she kind of brings over, puts down, walks up onto them, so she's now at the height to be able to sort of point to things on the display and pick them up. And there's about 5 bottles on display. Guys, well, we've got 4 regular potions of healing here, and 1 greater.
I think I remember the prices. Just remind me what they were again.
It will be 100 gold pieces for the regular, and for the greater, you're looking at about 370.
70. I was wrong then. Well, I think I will take. Let me just check my money. Let me take 4 regular potions of healing.
Oh, clearing me out. Well, that'll cost you 400
If that is
gold.
fine. Maybe?
Oh, I have no qualms. I'll have to order some more materials in and get to creating them. So don't come back too soon. I won't be able to tell you anything.
I hope, in the nicest way, of course, we don't have to come back for more.
Oh, of course, of course. But that will be 400 gold for the 4 regulars, please.
That's fine. Hand over.
Thank you. And she sort of gestures to the small rack of bottles. You can tell which ones are the regulars and which ones are greater.
Thank you much. Did you want anything?
Oh, no, I'm okay, thank you. This is
Very
me
well.
Just
Well,
tagging along, thank you.
thank you for your continued patronage. Do come back. Just yeah, take me a little bit of time to restock.
Of course. Thank you very much.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Do.
Okay, off we go.
All right.
Sweet shot.
We shall go down the list in successfulness then.
I will say Agnes gives 1 to Arsene.
No.
All right.
I have magic. Tell myself. You have potions. You do.
You never know when it might come in handy. And it's better to be spread out than all on one person.
I can just use my magic, and we have Savangal's magic, and Cerno's magic.
Because you guys have never run out of magic and someone has to run in.
Well, we not all run out at the same
And
time.
I can actually make them for like cheaper.
Or our healer has gone unconscious. And I've had to save
I can
his
make them
short
ahead of
burst.
time for cheaper. Just
Have you told
gonna say-
Agnes this?
Only one who knows that is Boar.
I was going to say, have you
Wait.
told anyone else this?
Say this.
good
again,
point.
real
Touche,
quick.
touche. Never
The
mind.
only person who knows that Cerno has started learning how to create potions of healing. Speaking of which, he can only create regular ones at the moment, and even that takes him a
Mhm.
while.
Mm-hmm.
The only one who knows that is Boar.
Mhm.
Mhm.
All right, so Cerno, you wander around for a bit and asking asking several different people. You get several different directions to go in, but you end up choosing one of them, and you do come across what appears to be a well, essentially the post office. It's I guess it would be more akin to when they back in the older days when people sent telegrams and such. You go to the specific place and requested one to be sent, but you make your way there. It's a relatively small building in comparison to everywhere else, or at least the front of it is. You go in and you see that there are a few desks with different clerks sat at there. There's a small queue as people wait.
I walk up to the front desk. If there is one.
There's a queue.
I go to the queue then. Like, stand in queue.
All right, so you wait a little while, and you're being able to go to the front desk, which is just below. Go to one of the sort of desks, which is, by the way, just sort of below your eye level, so you can just about see on top of it.
This is so weird. I can actually see a desk.
Oh, hello there.
Hello. I have a letter to send. And I fish out the letter I have and hand it over.
Ooh. And she picks up and thank you. And which city will you be sending it to?
It's not exactly a city. I want to send it to someone out on the rushing plains.
Ooh, all right then. Well, give me a second. Prices are going to be a bit more expensive for that, I'm afraid. And she turns her ledger over a few and goes, "Do you know roughly where in the Rushing Plains it will be being sent?"
Do I know?
You you tended to hang along the Axon River, so it's about midway into the plains mostly.
It's he normally hangs out around the edge of the Axon River. I think that's the name. It's like midway into the plains. It shouldn't be. He's not too difficult to find. He's a bit loud. So he won't be too difficult to find. Just be careful.
All right. Well, let's see. So we are, and yeah, at this point, she sort of pulls out a map and kind of flattens it out a bit. And so we'll go to Axon Mouth first, which is the standard cost. All right. So then go to Axon Mouth, and you're going through. So you're looking at about 90 silver, 90 silver for the distance, the regular charge of 5. You're looking at 95 silver.
Okay. And I start.
It's a copper a mile.
That's okay. So 90 silver, you said?
95 silver.
95 silver. Okay, so I'll take off the from the silver, so that's 100. And then the 9.
That's
gold.
9 gold and 5 silver.
Yeah, 9 gold. I'm just doing quick math. So that makes it 3. There we go. Okay.
Thank you. It will be sent to Axmouth as soon as possible, and they will dispatch one of their couriers to try and find him.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good day.
Have a good day. Next, please.
I walk out.
All right. Next on the list would have been Savangal.
Oh yeah, I'm last.
Savangal, it takes you a little while, but eventually you end up finding a reasonable-looking general store. To which, making your way in, you do find that there is a small section devoted to simple weapons.
Does she hear anybody in the store?
Yes, there is indeed there's a human male storekeep, sort of leant back on a chair, feet up on the desk, book open, and as you push open the door, a little bell rings, and he sort of lowers the book and looks over at you and gives you a nod.
Hello, I'm looking for a crossbow, please.
All right. Well, he kind of closes the book down. Are you proficient in hand crossbows?
Yes.
Indeed, you are. Right. Crossbows, and kind of gets onto his feet, pushes up. You'll be looking over here. We only really have these 2 to choose from, and he sort of picks one up and offers it to you to take.
Savangal examines it.
It seems to be of decent make, functional, not really stylized. Definitely more built for function than anything else. It's simple but effective.
All right. I'll take this one and about 50 crossbow bolts, please.
I'm not sure we can do 50, but I'll certainly look. That crossbow will set you back about 70 gold pieces.
Woo.
All right.
And I'll go look for the bolts. 50, jeez. What are you doing? Trying to fell a dragon?
Well, we did run into one, and we fought one already, so
You
never
see the
hurts to
colour
be
sort of
prepared.
drain from his face slightly. Right, 50 it is. Oh, I'm sure I have some around here.
It's 70, right?
70 gold for the crossbow, yeah.
All right.
He sort of rummages around, pulls out. All right, I've got 40, 40 crossbow bolts. That is also 2. Oh, bugger, the word escapes me. 2 holy things.
All right. Quivers.
Yeah, that's the word. That'll be the one. There we go. And that will set you back for the bolts. You're looking at a gold per 20, so that'll be 2 gold and 4 silver, please.
All right. She gives him all the money. Here you go.
Thank you. Pleasure doing business.
We're doing business with you too. And she
Oh.
leaves.
Okay, bye. Well, I'm gonna gets back into reading his book. 4.
Yeah, what's up?
It was 4 gold for the quiver and bolts, right? And 4 copper.
2 gold, 4 silver.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, what's up, Nate? How good am I?
You don't find you sort of wander around looking at the few sort of clothing stores. Most of them seem to be sort of robes, your general traveler's clothing. You do find a somewhat fancy one, but they don't do capes per se. They do cloaks, but they are hooded, and they seem to be of all right quality.
Do they have one that would cover me up?
Most of their sizes would not be able to go over your shoulders.
I figured. Then no, yeah. Okay.
Shouldn't he have a cloak in his traveling sort of outfit? Traveler's clothes?
He may do. I'm not entirely sure.
I didn't write it.
No, because you guys got fancy clothes made for him.
Ah, alright.
Because if you remember, he was naked.
Yeah. Yep.
So no, he does not have a cloak.
He was freeballing it. To the most extreme.
I mean, he is furred, but you know.
Still freeballing.
All right. Is there anything else you guys do?
Not that I can think of.
Is there anything else you wanted to do, Agnes?
I forgot I was on mute.
Good job.
No, isn't really anything else. We should really go get the cart and I guess head off.
Yeah, I meet up with everyone else.
Yeah, same.
At least I didn't buy all 200 and something that the other guy did.
I was gonna say, like, there's someone in another campaign that kind of was worse than you.
I should have bought an extra quiver.
Also,
for
Jam,
you.
he's a general goods store. He doesn't just sell weapons. It's not like he's a blacksmith.
Oh, I admit, my headphones were off at the beginning of the conversation when she went in the shop.
Well, there's nothing else you guys do. You eventually all find your way back to each other.
Everyone done everything they need to do?
Yeah.
I guess we should head off to Oxenfront or Rashguard, maybe. If you guys still wish to investigate that.
Might
I'm happy
could be
to.
interesting, a new
I
town.
think I want to, yeah.
Oxenfront was where they seem to be holding up, or at least nearby.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Rashguard.
I can't remember what the letter said, and we don't have it anymore, so we can't, like, go back and read it.
Oxenfront was where they had They set up near Oxenfront. They didn't go near Rushguard because it was too heavily guarded. And Axenmouth, Mapletide, they decided to not go near there.
Well, we can either
Don't we?
we can either
didn't we give,
investigate further
one
or
who-
look for a job posting.
Hmm.
Didn't we give the note to one of the guards?
Yeah, we
Yep.
gave it to the local authorities.
To investigate. And I'm sure it wouldn't hurt for us to do our own investigation.
I thought you wanted to stay away from this whole, slave driver thing.
I wish not to go and invade a camp full of people whose job it was to take over a whole village. Just the five of
Do
us.
I recall seeing the signs of struggle? Like, did the people in the village struggle?
You did
There
not
was
see many
blood,
signs
wasn't
of
there?
struggle. You did not see many signs of struggle. There was the odd patch of blood, but there wasn't
Mhm.
many signs of struggle.
Well, the people didn't seem like they fought back, so they can't be that tough, right? I mean, we fought
Either
a
that or
flipping
they were
dragon.
Either that or they were petrified into not fighting.
Oh, it was magic.
Either way, people are in danger.
You fought a freaking dragon with a pissed off druid helping you.
I'd like to point out
Mm.
Agnes was also the person that ran from that.
True.
Uh-huh.
Hey, she came back and
No.
saved your ass.
Nor did you guys kill it either.
We
Mm.
made it even more mad.
Yeah.
Basically told it to fuck off, so.
You did uppercut it. You did pretty good.
Yeah, that was actually really surprising.
Well, well, I guess we're heading to, whichever place it is then.
Oxenfront.
Oxenfront it is.
So we're going to go save people. Right?
We're going to go
There we go.
find people and potentially save them, yes.
Alright.
So,
Well,
This was out of character.
Well, I suggest we follow the coastal road up to Mapletide and then go to Oxenfront then, I guess.
I was going to ask who would know north of Neverwinter?
Boar
Or
Solo.
in Cerno?
Yeah.
Shona would know more.
We do want to be careful though, Boar, okay?
Trust me, I know.
Boar and Cerno, places they've been, Rushing Guard, they didn't go to Oxenfront. It's off of the coastal road, but they followed the coastal road past it to Mapletide and then to Neverwinter, and then obviously met up with you guys.
Why are you two so cautious?
No reason.
Don't worry about it. And boy walks away.
I follow him. Let's go
Boar
get
goes
the
to the
car,
car.
guys, come on!
Yeah, we're just
Someone
going
go
to get
insight
the car.
checks them.
I think it's
Someone
really
go look
obvious,
to
you
see
don't
if
need to...
Savangar looks to see if they're lying by rolling an insight check. Yep, they seem
40.
incredibly suspicious.
Mm.
Not willing to
I
talk
don't
about
think I
something.
need to.
That's a
I don't
deception
think I
check.
need to roll.
That's a deception check.
No, you guys made that very blatant.
Mm.
Damn it!
I was going to say I don't think I need to roll to know.
I mean, you don't really need to roll to know that.
I've got a -1, okay? I'm not gonna try and...
Agnes knows how to deceive people. She has a +5 in deception.
Evergirl has a +4.
We saw through you straight away.
I have a +0 in deception.
So let's go get the cart.
Yeah, Boyd and Sono off to the cart.
Alright, well, Boar and Cerno are making their way away from the group.
We could just let them go, get it, and meet them at the gate.
I'm looking at Sono at this point. You know, we haven't had that to deal with those people in a while. Either
Yeah.
they've forgotten us, or they're
Yeah,
looking for our asses
probably
right
not.
now.
We did sort of, you know, screw them over pretty hard. But to be honest, they were a bunch of dicks, so they did deserve to
Oh,
be
they
screwed
fucking
over.
deserved it. Trust me, Todd was a dick.
Yeah,
Fucking
I don't actually
Todd was,
remember
like,
any of their
nice at
names. I
first.
didn't pay attention.
Well, I fought against Todd a lot.
I wasn't paying attention, but, you know.
Yeah, Todd was a dick.
So let's just
But,
be careful?
If anything, I
Like-
think we can take him a lot more now.
Like, keep our heads down, you know?
Yeah, that's another reason why I was looking for a cloak. Didn't find anything.
I look around very quickly, see if there's like a cloak I can buy.
Don't you have one?
Yourself or for Boar?
Possibly for both. But
Jam does raise a point.
What is it?
Does Sano have one?
Yeah, I know Boy doesn't have one.
it's hang on. In
this
the
set of clothes.
yeah,
could
in the
consist
traveler's
of
clothes, it does have it included, but I don't know
boots.
if I actually had it on his like character design, and that's what I'm sort of
Haven't
going
you-
off.
I was going to say, did Jam draw you with one? I don't remember.
No, I didn't draw anyone with a cloak.
The first, like the basic concept that she first drew had a cloak from memory, but the one after that didn't.
Mm.
I would assume from living on the plains, you probably do have a cloak.
Alright, then I'll quickly look around to see if I can find one for Boar. So
Right, make an investigation check then.
an
Say for expedience, I
investigation
order one.
+1.
Come on, yeah.
All right, well,
Woo!
you do find several stores, although most of them are offering custom-made cloaks, but you realize that it's probably not a good idea considering how long it took to get Boar's clothes, and you're currently on a bit of a tight schedule. So you glance around a bit more, and you do find a shop which seems to be very specifically tailored towards Goliaths and half-orcs, mostly, but the cloaks
Shit.
the cloaks they offer appear to be big enough and wide enough to be able to fit onto Boar.
We go there.
I'll buy it.
How much gold do you have though?
Do you want me to say this? Oh wait, hold on. I'm on a different character. Oops.
They've just walked off, haven't they?
Yep.
Yeah, we
yeah,
went
we're
off to go
fucking
get
gone.
the car and we've got distracted.
How
Mhm.
much gold do I have? I have 331. Electrum, I have 50.
No,
Silver,
just
I have
like your overall
162.
gold currency. Your total currency
Yeah,
in gold pieces.
Total for gold right now, 300.
Total currency, it says at the top.
Oh yeah, 383.
Yeah, I'll buy the cloak for him.
Did
What?
we see them get distracted?
Um,
Like walk down the street and then just veer off the wrong direction?
you saw Cerno looking around. They a bit further away from you before they veered off for you to see them, but they seemed to not be going at full speed.
So how much does that cloak cost me? I'll
Yeah,
fucking.
I want to
purchase it.
buy
I
a
have the money.
cloak for Boar, and then I want to see if I can find a nice, a second nice cloak from the same store.
The store you're currently in would be. You would need to stack yourself on top of yourself to be able to get for the smallest cloak.
Yeah,
to
I'm not
fit.
buying it for
This is-
myself. I'm not buying it for myself.
You
just wanna
said you wanted
find-
to buy a second one for yourself, didn't you?
No, I want to see if I can find a nice, another cloak that's nice, like that looks good. I'll buy Boar a black one so that his, blends in with the shadows. and
Darkest,
such.
dark blue.
You
black
only
almost.
work in black and very, very
And
dark grey.
occasionally very dark grey. It costs you 1 gold for a very large
dude,
for
that's
you, Cerno, but
Fucking fine.
Is
a
it
good
nice?
Take the
fitting
gold.
Is
cloak
it pretty?
for Boar, with which is quite a dark quite a dark blue in color.
All right, so that's 1
Okay,
gold for Boar's
I
one.
know, I took it off me.
I mean, you can both pay for it. I wouldn't say no to double.
No,
price.
Paul's already paid for it, and I look around to see if there's a nice,
Very
like,
well.
nice cloak that I could buy as a present.
What sort of cloak are you looking for, nice-wise, sir?
Um,
We offer a few with nice linings, some with extra trim. Size?
I'm buying it for a good life, so he's big, and I put my hand over my head to just sort of showcase how big it is. Something that would be warm, but pretty as well.
Warm? Functional?
Warm,
functional,
functional,
but
but
also
pretty.
looking nice?
Yeah.
Well, we have this lovely, and he kind of, it's quite a slim, very greyed hair elven gent. Although, despite with the incredible grey hair, he still moves very fluidly, as if he's quite young. Elves, man. He pulls a sort of it's dark in color, a similar dark color to Boar's, although the on the back it's sort of got a pattern in a dark green. It's sort of lines going down to along the edge, going down, but just before the bottom they sort of curl and swirl into what appears to be somewhat of a green pattern. If you squint at it, it maybe looks like a tree. It's just sort of an artistic swirl, and kind of pulls it off, shows it to you. The inside is lined with a fur of some kind. This warm, functional, dark, so kind of can help you in some cases.
How much?
A gold and 7 silver.
Easy.
At
Go
this
for it.
time, Boy's wrapping up the cloak, like he tried it on, and then he's wrapping up, throwing in the bag,
Very
so he
well.
doesn't draw a
You
little
said
bit of suspicion.
gold and 7 silver, yes?
1 gold, 7 silver, yes.
Right, so that is...
Thank you.
Go. And I can I get, like, some gift wrapping on it, please?
Another silver, and I can gift wrap it for you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. And he sort of takes the cloak off its
Hanger.
display, goes over to the back, pulls out some brown paper, sort of flattens it out, folds the cloak nicely, measures it, and with the paper cuts, folds it nicely, gets some ribbon. It's plain, sort of plainish white color, but sort of folds the paper nicely, ribbon, parcel wrap it, bow on top, and picks it up and walks back to you. And he practically leans down almost into a bow when he's giving it to you, but he offers it to you. Gift
Thank
wrapped
you.
for you, sir.
Thank you. You got your thing, Bo?
Boy, yeah, I have it. He looks at the person behind the counter, says, "Be pleased," and then walks off.
I walk out and follow him. Thank you. Have a good
What a
day.
strange fellow. Have a good day.
I almost said beep beep. Oops.
Alright, so we go and
You have a higher intelligence than 6.
I know. I know.
Good day.
I know. I almost said beep beep by accident.
It's a
Good
nervous
day. It's
habit.
weird. These guys aren't saying bidet correctly. They keep on saying good day.
Critical first campaign is amazing.
All right, so Bor and Cerno, with a slight diversion, you do eventually get the cart and make your way back to where you left the other 3. Other 3, have you done anything else?
Savangel looks for a pastry shop to buy pastries.
There is a bakery nearby.
All right, she buys like a dozen baker's dozens of pastries and shares it with other girls.
Nice.
Costs you 3 silver.
Thank you.
Yeah, by the way, Boar has the cloak wrapped up. When we
I was
get...
gonna say, like, I want as they're walking off, and then like look around, and then just divert. Obviously, divert. Agnes is just like, so we're just gonna stay here and wait for them, right? I
Sam
don't
and go
fancy
wander
going
off.
after them. I take that as a yes. No, she's already coming back with a pastry. She's like, split second.
He's like, yeah, flap style speed.
Wow.
It's like, yep.
You just
I'm-
look at them. You kind of look at them. You turn. You look at Boar and Solo wandering off. You turn to the other two and go. So we're just gonna stand here and wait for them. And as you say that, you look back at Boar and Solo, and you kind of glance back at Arsene and Savagirl, waiting for the reply. And there, Savagirl is just with a box, just eating pastries. And you're sort of like, wait, what?
I'm not gonna question it,
It was just
but I
so
approve.
Yeah, try these beer pastries. Apparently,
Mhm.
it's flavor.
So what flavor?
There's some alcohol. These pastries apparently have alcohol in them. I don't know what's with it.
Southern Girl, have you ever drunk alcohol before?
Nope.
Hmm.
Oh, me neither.
That would be one interesting night that needs to happen.
Arsene, not Arsene. Agnes makes a note.
I guess I haven't remembered yet.
Agnes will look at this, yeah.
Alright, we return with the card at some point.
All right. Well, as you guys are just finishing off the pastries brought to you, you hear yet another sound of clopping hooves, and you turn, not really expecting it to be them, but this time it actually is.
Cerno's driving while Boar's in the back surfboarding.
And I wave to them. Let's go! We got the cart!
Finally.
Finally back on
Abigail
the
jumps into the cart.
Let's get going. And you guys can tell us all about the lovely places we're going to see.
road.
Okay. And we turn off, and I tell them about all the lovely places we're going to see.
Well,
So
there's
we're
some
gonna go
grass
maple
and some
tree,
more grass.
you-
Oh,
yeah,
did I
so-
tell you about the grass?
And what's
Boys
your
going to
history
do
with
the,
these places, boys?
So no freezers.
What
You
do you
mu-
mean history?
Well, you've come from the north.
We
None of
do.
us three know all this stuff.
Well, I personally came from the Temple of the Stormward in the jungle, and
And I started on my, I grew up and lived in the Russian plains.
So you not visited any of the towns along the coast?
Oh
We
no,
did
we've
spend a
we
bit-
we visited the towns. Yeah.
we've been.
What you're worried about wasn't in a town.
Yeah, what you're worried about is something
we
we found
visited the
along the
towns.
path.
Yeah.
Nice places.
Yeah.
Russian Guard's pretty good. We didn't stop by Oxenfront, but Mapletree was nice as well.
Yeah.
Not too bad of towns. Very beautiful if you ever like want to take a trip out to the countryside.
Yeah.
Mapletide is a large trade city similar to Neverwinter.
That's why I was saying about the fucking route, not the actual thing.
Russian Guard would be more a sort of idyllic village.
Yeah, Russian Guard. Oh, you ever want to settle down somewhere in the country? Good place to settle.
I think Van Dalen is where I wish to stay for a while.
Fendalen's a nice place.
Yeah. Who knows what'll happen when we come back? It may even be bigger now.
Yeah.
True. And on this trip, who knows? We may meet someone you guys have met before.
So no freezers again.
Boy looks at her and just gives her a big old smile. Maybe.
Yeah.
Abigail is patting
That might
Colonel
be
on the back.
nice.
It's basically Kitty kneading his head.
Yeah. Maybe we
I would
will
like to
meet someone
say-
on the road.
Throughout this journey, however many days it takes, Agnes is making short comments and questions to try and get as much fucking info as she can.
Getting shit.
Alright,
She is
what are the
getting
general
absolutely
questions that she
fucking
asks so I
nothing.
can sort of answer them?
Oh
Both
god.
staying silent and reading is.
So, any interesting stories happening? Anything? Any wild tales, wild parties? Ooh, did you get any fights?
There was
Okay,
a couple parties.
So what was the first question?
A lot of strippers.
Any good stories or any wild nights?
A lot of wild nights, yeah.
Wild nights.
I
There
don't
was a
believe
time
that
my
from
dad got
Cerno.
drunk. That was interesting.
You got interesting. How do you passed out? Because that's not very interesting.
No, he's a
Yeah.
bit loud.
He.
Hmm.
Wait, hold on. We're talking about me. I thought we were talking about you.
I'm giving her an answer on the interesting story. So that was the time my dad got drunk. That was the time I nearly fell in the river. That's about it,
Okay.
really.
You get any fights?
So no gulps. Well, one or two.
That's a
Like
yes,
a couple
then.
times when I first met him. Does
Hmm.
that count as a fight? He's not that good of a sparring partner, but I mean, does that count as fights?
Yeah.
From
not
what
exact...
I can tell from Cerno,
Yeah,
I believe.
yeah, that's
Can
what
I
I'm
tell
talking
there's more
about.
for
Yeah, I'm
Cerno?
talking about the sparring fights I had with Boar. Boy, those
Can I
bruises were
tell
nasty.
Cerno is trying to lie through his ass?
You can fucking hear it in his goddamn voice.
Cerno, are you trying to hide this?
As best as he can.
I would
All
say
right.
yes.
Cerno, deception check, Agnes, insight.
That would
Can
be
I
a-
help him?
I just
with
want to
this?
double check, but that'd be a -1.
I'm helping him with this.
If you
so he
beat
should
me
know
on
Not
this,
really.
this-
right?
You said you weren't really replying, and she's sort of intently focusing on Cerno at this moment in time.
God damn it!
If you beat me on this,
Come on.
I hope I
That's
beat
what's
you.
funny. Come on.
Nah.
Damn it!
That'd be 4.
He's clearly uncomfortable, not really knowing what to say, dodging the question, not willing to answer. Something fishy's going on.
Cerno, what did happen?
Oh, nothing. Nothing at
That's a
all.
lie. That's a lie.
No, it's not. That's the complete
I'm-
and total truth.
Can
Boy's
Devlin
going
go
to-
like deliberately like poke her with his claws while she's kneading his head every time she thinks he's lying?
You know what? Just roll an insight check. I mean, you have to be a 4, but roll an insight check just in case you roll a natural 1.
I will say Agnes has gone into complete mother mode when she's realised he's lying to her. Like a stern face.
Oh, mine
Yes.
just-
So now every time you say something which you think is pretty convincing, you just feel this sort of pressure and a few pinpricks on your scalp from the claws of Savingal.
Ow! Ow! Ow!
Cerno,
Can Boy at this point speak up? We don't ask you about your past.
I don't know about that. You have done.
Nothing you need to worry about.
Who's driving, by the way?
So no.
Boris, because he's getting fucking interrogated. No, Boris took in the reins at this point.
Bob, please, no! Let me drive!
Look, Cerno. It's not like you're going to be in trouble for beating someone up or getting beat up. Just, if you don't tell us not to avoid somewhere, how can we help that?
It's not an exact place, it's more or less a
Mhm.
few people. But you... Look, they won't recognise you. It's more me and Bob that have to be careful, more than anything.
Still,
Nothing happened.
is there anyone we should look out for then?
A guy named Todd. Is all I give.
Precise. Thanks.
I totally didn't turn down the volume on my headset.
That-
I wondered why everyone got quiet for a minute.
Hold on.
But no, that's all Boris said.
Is there anything we should be looking out for to describe them other than the name Todd?
No.
Honestly, I'm not sure.
Hmm?
We didn't exactly stick around to find out anything else, and
And just to clarify, you're not wanted, right?
Maybe. Boy laughs with a chuckle.
Did you take something?
No.
No, not taken.
Well, no.
More
Technically.
like set free is how it really is. Set free.
Shh.
You set free yourself
Oh,
or someone
I
else?
Oh, that's
Scene?
all you're getting.
Arsene and Savengirl, since you aren't
Hmm.
really too involved in the conversation, I assume paying somewhat attention to your surroundings, please make
Yeah.
perception checks.
Oh boy.
Mm-mm.
I'm terrified of this conversation. I'm like, oh god.
Come on,
Ten
Sam.
nothing.
Oh no.
As
Like,
this
Sevengo was basically concentrating on like poking Cerno.
No.
as this conversation's happening, who's driving again?
Boys.
Oh,
Mhm.
Boy, you feel the reins lurch as you hear a voice go, "Oh, watch it!"
I pull back.
Well, it's at this point there's a as your cart crashes into a cart coming the opposite direction along the coastal road, and you're
Oh,
all
fuck.
thrown forward slightly at the sudden halting. There's also the sound of creaking and cracking wood.
Oh
we were in
no.
a car crash.
Oh.
You know,
Oh,
I was more listening to you getting fucking interrogated by our team members.
You're the one who's driving.
Roy!
Yes.
Stop arguing and help me get us out of this mess.
Boy gets
There's
up
a,
and immediately starts helping.
There's a somewhat grumpy-looking dwarf who's been thrown somewhat forward off of his cart. We're being pulled by a single horse.
I'm going to help him get up, and I'm going to start untangling him.
He's
Xerno's
already
gonna leap
pulled
off the
himself
cart.
to his feet,
Oh,
but he's
okay,
looking
never
kind of
mind.
annoyed at you guys, and the fact that your carts have sort of hit and intertangled somewhat, and the horses are looking a tad unhappy.
Yeah,
Cerno
Boy's
takes the
going
opportunity to
start
dodge
undoing
away from the
everything.
conversation and goes to help.
Abigail pets the other people's horses.
We'll help you.
Agnes?
Agnes would try to help, but she probably couldn't lift the wheel.
Well, it's not. It's more sort of the reins have managed to get caught. The wood either side. I have no idea what it's actually called, but the wood sort of where the horses would be attached to has just sort of
Mhm.
they've kind of slid in together somewhat, and one
Oh,
of them
God,
has splintered
how?
and bent slightly.
Oh, fuck.
She tries to help, but she doesn't really know what to do.
Well, if two of you want to make animal handling checks,
Let me
I
just
have
double.
Cerno.
That'd be me. Plus
I
4.
have
I
plus
have a-
2.
I have
Can
a
I
+2 as
assist?
well.
Can I assist Cerno? Help him?
no,
No.
it'd
Two
be
of
it'd
us
be
are
two of you
making
because you
the-
need one on each horse essentially.
Mm,
Alright, I'll do the other one, I guess.
Handling.
Not
All
bad.
right, so Sano, with a fair bit of coaxing, you're able to calm the horse down, and Boar, sort of following what your small buddy's doing, you're able to do similar and giving time, sort of get the horses to back up a bit, manage to untangle the reins, release release the horses slightly so that you can untangle them easier, reattach them, and inspect the damage done to your cart. It is sort of it seems functional, although a large pothole or a divot in the roads, and it may
It's gonna
break
fuck us
clean off,
over.
reducing its efficiency.
How's the other guy's cart looking?
The other guy's cart seems to be relatively all right. It seems to be yours hit into
Different one, yeah.
the more solid frame of his cart, since yours are slightly longer because your cart is designed to be pulled by more than one horse.
Okay. Boy's going to apologize for the accident. Do we need to trade insurance or anything?
It's your what?
We don't have that.
Nothing.
What is that?
When I first stopped on the bloody roads and interrogators, and now this. Kind of pulls up himself.
Interrogated.
Wait,
Yeah, you've been interrogated?
Hmm.
what?
Yeah.
Are they interrogating
A
people?
group of 3 guys, a couple miles further down the road. They set up camp. They're checking anyone who. He kind of trails off as he looks at Agnes.
Do you mind me asking what they look like?
Thuggish looking brutes.
Who are they?
Wearing
What are they
studded
doing?
leather
Like, what are
armor.
they
They
questioning?
showed a drawing which is somewhat similar to you, miss.
What do you mean?
Oh! Yeah, it's not us!
Not us!
That's what's coming!
I'm so happy!
He looks
I
very
was so
confused at the relieved laughter coming out of the bugbear and the halfling. This day
Like-
keeps on getting weirder and weirder.
What do you mean they're looking for me?
They were
Why?
looking for a woman who I would say probably fit the description and the rough scribbled drawing I have.
Did they say
Interrogated me,
why?
seeing if asking to see if I'd seen anyone like that. I told them the truth. No. They were quite brutish about it. Don't worry, I'm not going back, but maybe you want to avoid them slightly.
I
They
flick him
didn't
a
say
gold.
why.
Just thought they were looking for you.
Did they say who they were from? Or where they're from?
No, they did most of the question asking, to be honest.
They didn't give a name at all.
No, they were just looking for you.
I'm gonna go.
I'd
hand
assume
him a
so,
gold.
anyway.
Boy's going to hand him a gold. So sorry for this. This will hopefully cover any damages that happened.
And
just for your trouble.
Agnes Waiterhose or something like that?
I immediately.
So they
turned
did
over to
mention a
Agnes.
name.
I look to
That's what they
Agnes.
claimed they were looking for. That's all they said.
Hmm.
Maybe we
We look
should.
towards Agnes and we start doing the same exact shit she was doing to Syrcas.
That's a weird name.
He thanks you for the gold and then sort of spurs his horse on and it starts galloping down the road.
Hmm.
Well,
Well,
our cart probably can't handle any off-roading, so what do we do?
Can't you just like make the wood grow back together? You're a druid.
Does anyone have the Manding cantrip?
I do have the mending cantrip.
What, you have mending?
Yes, I have mending.
Good, you can
Try
mend
that.
this stuff.
All right. Can I cast the mending ritualistically?
Mending's a cantrip, so nothing ritual about it.
All right. I would like to cast mending.
All right, so you spend the minute casting it, and the damage is actually pretty significant. With the casting, you're able to reform part of it. However, you feel that it reforms and it seems significantly sturdier, although there is a noticeable sort of crack in it, and you feel like it may be slightly weakened now, but it's in significantly better state than it was beforehand.
Well, as
Sure,
soon
no,
as we
these
get...
are wood magic. You can like grow trees back to make it stronger.
I don't have any of those spells. I don't have any of them prepared.
Huzzah! Druid magic doesn't fit the situation. Strikes again.
At this time, Boy's going to be asking Agnes, so is there anything in your past you want to tell us about?
Agnes is like sat in the back of the car, just like head down, breathing very heavily, and just. Well.
Bo, maybe we don't question her about this.
Boy's
Right now.
going to take out his heavy cloak, put it over her, and say, whatever's up ahead, we'll be here to help.
Alright. I'm not gonna ask
Now
anything
have
else.
very large
We can
cloak
ask that
here.
later. All we need to know. Agnes, are these people that we don't want to see?
If they see you, you'll be fine.
But if they see you, things go bad. Right?
for me.
Do
I don't know how they will take you being associated with me.
they want to hurt you in any way?
Depending who they were sent from. They are sent
Fine.
from who I.
Let's go fuck
If
them
they
up.
are sent who I thought, if they are sent by who I think they are, let's just say last time he spoke to me, he ordered my death.
Okay.
Okay.
Or,
Well,
I think this gives us
let's go fuck 'em
permission
up.
that if things go south, we smash things.
I immediately reach for the hand axe. Be like, let's do this.
Agnes.
We wait
Hmm.
before we smash things.
Fuck.
Would
What's the
you
hand
be
axe?
alright if I apply a bunch of makeup on you with my disguise kit so that way you can actually pass by and not be recognized?
Yes, but I don't know if it will fool them.
I mean, this is pretty extensive. Seeing that I am a performer, so I do have a lot of skills with makeup, art, and so on and so forth. I can also change the color of your hair.
Can you do my nails?
Yes, I can do your nails if you wish.
His nails would take weeks of pedicuring to get them anywhere near paintable.
Oh, ew. Ew.
Anyway.
Sure,
Alright,
Sam,
what's
I
So at this point, you notice that Savangel's claws are actually painted, with nice nail polish.
Wow.
Fucking amazing.
She keeps track of herself. She knows what to do.
She's a cat. She grooms.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Saying
so
that, no, a cat that doesn't always.
I guess we
I
let
sure Savingar.
I
We
guess
wait until
yeah, we let them do that.
We can do it while traveling.
well.
You said a
let's
few
wait
miles.
because we don't a few miles. Do you really want to try to do it when the cart's moving?
Maybe not.
Yeah, we can wait a little bit, and I'll keep watch just in case.
Alright, Savigal proceeds to give Agnes a makeover.
Make a performance check.
And while they're doing that, Cerno just goes, nature calls, and runs off to a bush. And I'm actually going to go, because
Also,
nature
I'd
does
like,
call me.
whilst she's typing this role, my first thought when you said, when I realised, they'll recognise Agnes was, I just changed my background and got rid of the disguise kit.
Oh my lord.
I will inform you that this was planned before that. Well, with a 25, and it takes you about an hour. Agnes Savangal busies around you, and you're not entirely sure what she's doing, but by the end of it, you feel that your hair is now in a completely different style. She's kind of increased your eyebrows in both size and fluffiness. You have a considerably different complexion which you did before. Freckles. And you're not entirely sure, but she seems to have managed to dye your hair without you noticing.
Oh,
Is it what color?
I was going to say, what colour? Because she had dark
Savangal?
brown.
It's going to be a cascading color that starts out blue at the roots and gradually turns to purple and ends out with a red flare.
Oh, dude, that sounds kick-ass.
How?
You're not entirely sure, but she has pulled it off.
I know how you do that in real life, and that takes weeks.
Can I I'm gonna keep an eye out to see if anyone else is coming while all
I'm
this is
gonna
happening.
take Night Eyes and give him to Agnes and tell Night Eyes just to pretend that he is Agnes's familiar or just friend for now. Maybe that'll put him off.
I will say that Agnes takes off not the necklace she just bought, but the other necklace.
All right.
She's still gone,
Oh,
by the way.
Arsene's gonna take their hood off as well to try and be distracting, as uncomfortable as it is.
Oh,
Boy gets naked to be.
No, the DM retcons that. Boar tries to remove his clothes and finds that they have been somehow glued to his body.
I can't get him off. Can I at least
I
take off
come
my
back
shirt?
to that. I come back to that.
I'm trying to be quiet.
So happy with it. Anyway,
I will allow Boar to take off his shirt, but his trousers are firmly glued.
fine.
I did have the thought. It's like, how could Agnes change her ears? Oh, she has a load of ears hanging off. No, that's too far.
Glue them to them.
Jeez.
Or has
That's
this
too
shirt
far.
None of us
That's
have
too
a
far.
like a change person spell, do we?
Nope.
No.
Those are casting of self most as well, anyway.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Ah,
you're
okay.
just casting on himself.
Although, important note, Savangal has almost completely changed Agnes's appearance.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Although
okay.
having watched most of the transformation, you can still tell it's Agnes, but she looks completely different now.
Can I like fluff up my fur to look more intimidating?
Yeah, but it'll slowly defluff over the time it takes you to travel.
Okay. Still gonna just fluff it up.
All right, so you continue on your way now. The cart creaking ever so slightly now and then, but the repair job seeming to hold firm. You are traveling along the coastal road.
Yep. And we keep going
Yeah,
until we meet these people.
Boy's still driving, Sona's sitting next to him at this point.
Agnes is very different from now on. She's very quiet.
This is
How
common.
tall are the walls of the cart? Maybe we could hide her under a bunch of stuff.
No, I feel like they did ask
Hey!
for a cart.
I've got a way we could hide Agnes because I also just changed my background and what my equipment is. How would Agnes fit in a 12 cubic feet space?
No.
What's Agnes planning on
Because
doing?
apparently she's been carrying a chest around that holds 12 cubic feet. Don't ask, it came in the kit.
Wait, what now?
It came in the kit.
No one's ever
It just
questioned the
was
fact that
D&D,
she's just
everyone.
lugging around a
D&D.
giant chest until now.
I mean, you could hide under my tent. No,
A chest can hold
make it messy.
12 cubic feet or 300 pounds of gear.
I'm gonna assume that's been in the car all of this
I was
time.
about to say, that's
Yeah.
pretty fucking cart.
I didn't realize this until I was like scrolling down to add potions. Like, well, that is a thing.
I have a chest. Hey, it's just Agnes just sort of looking in her bag. Hey guys, apparently I have a chest, and all of a sudden it just falls out of the air on top of her. Oh, all right.
I also looked up how big 12 cubic feet, and it's like the size of an average fridge. And it's like, okay.
So you
Jesus
guys
Christ.
have a chest freezer in your car.
I mean,
That's big
I
enough
could
to hide
probably
a body
live
or
in that,
two.
to be perfectly honest.
I have a shovel for the bodies.
Sano's summer home.
I don't know why.
Anyways.
That's it.
I think it'd be really obvious that if you hid in a chest.
I mean, true.
You're disguised. You're gonna be fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Let's
I
go.
just found that funny. Why do I have?
Yeah!
Chest.
All right. Well, you continue making your way along the coastal road, and you can hear the gentle lapping of the waves. The day seems to be relatively calm, if overcast. You are making your way, and the road seems to go through a small set of woods. You can see up ahead a small set of woods. You slowly draw closer. The cart creaking every now and then, and racking and sort of bouncing around slightly on the somewhat uneven terrain. Although still,
Are we going past anyone else?
you haven't seen. You've seen one or two other carts going past in the opposite direction. They
She
seem to
gets
be.
she gets nervous every time she hears any activity of someone else.
It seems
cart
to be
walking.
traders or somewhat, or farmers moving. You've actually seen farmers moving some livestock along this road as well.
I moo at
No,
them.
she's
or
gonna start,
I
like,
make
heavy
whatever
breathing.
sound that would come out of the animal as I go past.
Ooh, a sheep! Ah! Ooh, a cow! Moo!
Ooh, Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Ooh, T-Rex! Nom 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 nom.
I love this campaign.
No T-Rexes exist in this world currently.
Damn it.
Right,
You
we keep
don't
going, I
know.
guess.
Yes, you keep going, and you are now approaching the woods. It's probably about midday now.
We haven't met
Oh.
the other guys yet?
No, you've probably travelled about 2 miles from your little encounter.
We could cut through the woods.
The road goes through the
Uh,
woods.
Not with this coat.
It's my
Alright,
favorite
excuse me.
terrain.
The wood. No, the path goes through the woods.
Sorry.
Does the path still look decent to
Yeah,
Oh.
it's still quite a wide main road. It's somewhat lumpy and uneven in places, but that is the nature of the roads. Somewhat gravel, somewhat just flattened earth, and made by repeated walking over it.
Boy's going to look back every periodically. You doing alright back there, Maple?
Cerno looks confused. Maple?
Well,
Much as
I
Agnes.
see Agnes needs
Yes,
a name to go to.
I'm fine.
Oh,
Alright,
right. Okay. You doing okay, Maple? Your name's Maple now. Well, your name was always Maple. Okay?
Yes.
Yes, I see.
Just chill a little. Chill a little.
Arsene, do you want to be up here with me?
No. I got enough stairs as it is, thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna sit down.
Alright then. Well, you enter the woods, small in
Over the woods.
size somewhat.
To
And it takes about
Grandma's house we go. Anyways.
takes half an hour to make your way through. Well, half an hour of travel, and you begin to see sort of the trees lessen and lighten. And as you continue along the road, you can actually make perception checks, please.
Everyone?
Everyone?
Everyone who's looking.
Oh,
I
me.
mean, This
I'm
wouldn't
always
be.
looking. I have to. Perception?
Yeah,
Yes.
team.
Agnes wouldn't be. She'd be head down.
Okay.
Unless someone
Real
walks
shit.
by, then she wouldn't be.
Woo. Some good rolls, guys. We got 2 highs and 2 lows. It's okay.
All right. Cerno, Arsene, you notice about 150 feet away, the woods sort of come to an end, and you can make out 1 or 2 tents set up on the left side of the road.
All right, everyone,
Immediately
positions,
puts on, like, a
positions.
resting bitch. Resting bitch face. It's fine.
Backhand, Cerno, shush.
Ow. Okay, fine.
Kind of like a gib smack. Sure.
Oh, shut up.
Trying to put on like a resting bitch face. A very.
I start
Okay,
reading. I bring
pretending
out
to be
my
Agnes.
piece of paper that has the diagram and stuff on it, and I start looking really busy.
I hand
Oh
him the-
yes, Empire stuff. Doing lots of Empire stuff. Ooh, busy Empire stuff.
Yeah.
I will hand you the Book of the Stormwater. Look like you're reading.
Okay, yeah, and I'll put the paper next to the book, almost like I'm like taking notes and things like that, like I'm really busy, and I actually do want to like look over my drunken scribbles and do actually like translate it and refine it and stuff. So I am actually busy.
All right.
I don't have to make a bloody deception check because that could only go horribly.
Well, you travel about another 100 feet or so, and as you exit out of the woods, indeed, there appears to be 3 tents set up, and there's 2 gents sort of just sat around the campfire, poking and prodding at it slightly, and the smell of cooking meat fills your nostrils. As you approach, a third sort of steps out into the road, raises his hand, and goes, "Halt!"
I speed up the cart, raving speed. No, I slow down.
All right, well, you end up pulling the cart up to a halt next to him, and he sort of looks up. He's wearing what appears to be studded leather armor. Got a short sword sort of on his side, and what appears to be a crossbow slung over his shoulder. "We're looking for a woman."
Aren't we all?
No, this one's particularly wanted from where we're from, and he sort of reaches and pulls out a piece of parchment and scrolls it. And it seems it's a resemblance of Agnes, but definitely not exactly her like. And it's sort of rough, and underneath it does indeed actually say Agnes Waiterhose.
I'd like to say she hasn't told the others her last name.
Yes, but it says Agnes Waiterhose.
Mind me asking, why?
She's a womanted woman.
Can I ask?
Have you
what
seen her?
crime? I
No,
mean,
we'll keep an eye out.
But can I ask why?
Then you wouldn't mind us quickly checking your cart.
Sure.
I know everything on the cart, so
Well, we don't, so we'd like to check it.
okay, fine.
All right, lads, we're gonna have lunch later. We'll check this cart for over first, if you don't mind getting off.
Mhm.
I
Agnes is
don't-
using night eyes. She has the hood up and night eyes like on her shoulders that she does that they do of our scene. So that
But
he's
you're-
sort
you're
of hiding her
fancy.
face a bit.
But you've got fancy hair.
But I'm doing my notes
her
and
face.
stuff.
Come on.
We won't take too long, please, sir.
Fine. And that's only because you recognize that I'm actually a halfling and not a child. And I hop off.
The guy looks somewhat perplexed. Oh, never mind. Go on, guys. And they
Question?
sort of.
Has Agnes recognised them? Well, what little she's looked at them, does she recognise them at all?
Make a. Actually, no, they don't seem
No.
familiar to you.
Mhm.
Ma'am, if you don't mind just taking your hood down, just so we can double check.
She does so. Doesn't look at them in their face though.
Oh,
Please,
that's
quick.
a very vibrant hairstyle. You know, you can put your hood back up. Put your hood back up. Ah, ow.
And Salico looks at him and is like, hey, it's the latest fashion, okay?
Ah, I'm
Yeah, we're gonna tie
glad
dye. We're gonna do that to my fur soon.
please don't come and find me. The other two are the half orc and the human are sort of rustling through the stuff in your back, sort of moving the tents, opening the chest, just making sure that there's no person culled up hiding inside of it.
They check the chest.
Yeah, they check the chest. Weirdly enough, you know, the chest
There
large
was
enough to
a
hide a
little note.
person.
There's a little like sticky note that has dickfoot on it.
What?
They just leave that there. One of them sort of checks underneath the cart to make sure there's no one sort of hiding there. So. Right, well, all seems to be in order. If
Alright.
you do see this woman, please inform us.
No, of course.
Sure.
Very dangerous. We don't recommend approaching.
Okay.
Alright,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
alright. Thanks for the warning.
I climb back up onto the cart.
Mhm.
Savingal starts playing the bagpipes.
Oh, dear God, woman, shut that up!
Oi.
Hey!
Savingal
listen.
gets
It's nice
the
music.
As soon as they say that, I start going on the down the road.
Oh, Glaive, go on. And with that, the three of them turn back to their food.
Did they have any
Thank you.
like crests or markings on them that would insignias that would assign them to like a army military sort of thing?
Perception check.
Perception
Please.
Oh God. Would have Agnes seen one? 'Cause she would know exactly what crest to look for.
Perception.
Also a perception check, please.
Perception.
I don't know anything.
Ah, I'm liking my rolls tonight.
I'm
Uh,
not.
I
Only
am.
Cerno notices this. All three of them did appear to have the same emblem on their tunics. However, it appeared to be a small sort of fist, essentially. So the hand, wrist, and then very small part of the forearm, sort of clenched fist pointing upwards, and it was a small sort of pin just on the around the left shoulder area.
All right.
When we're out of sight of those guys, I'm gonna ask, do you recognize any of those men?
No. But they're definitely after me.
I
This
won't
isn't-
ask.
This
I keep-
isn't a
and I
good
keep
time,
going
but
silent.
why? What did you do?
Magic. To put it simply.
That. Wait.
Magic.
Magic, magic.
But
To simplify it. You don't need to know the details, but magic is banned where I am from.
oh, okay. Yeah.
That's
And
why I
is
think
it
you're
kind
dangerous.
of magic? Because we have a lot of us can use some magic here.
Yeah.
Any
Can I
Any
see
kind of
if
magic.
she's hiding something?
Oh. Well.
Agnes, roll to me. Boar, make your perception check.
How do I do that?
Last year.
Ability 20. What am I
Just-
doing? Perception?
It's what?
Sorry, not perception. Insight, Boar, and Agnes /GR space D20 plus IV.
I don't know anything.
Your deception or persuasion.
Did that work? Yes,
Yes,
TGM.
yes, that did work. Well, you can see Ninja's roll, and you can see your own. So, tell him what he can read from you.
I have never been more honest. Magic.
Wait, hold
They
on. Say
banned
that
magic.
again.
She is very forthright and being completely honest with you.
Alright.
Okay. Second question. Where we're going? Where we're going, we don't have to worry about any of that for you at all?
Shouldn't do, to be honest. I don't know why they're this far up, which confuses me somewhat.
Well, it may be because we, have a castle. We've made a bit of, noise here and things. So,
But I haven't used my full name anywhere.
Still
Yeah.
your name.
I would believe there are a few with my name.
Still your name.
Speaking of which, Agnes, you did not see the paper with the.
But he
You did
said,
not-
didn't he?
No, he.
The person who warned
the
us said
traveler
on
did
it.
say. Yeah, the traveler said.
Yeah.
But you didn't see the paper, so you're not sure if he was just either A, misremembering, or B.
What was the
The
last
fact that
name,
he
sorry?
said something close.
What was the last name on the thing?
Waiterhouse.
Waiterhose.
Hose.
Waiterhouse. Oh, sorry.
Hose. Waiter hose.
It's because when I read it as Waterhouse.
Who's going to chuckle to himself? Do you want us to go back and kill him?
Rather not, it would look suspicious. Who knows how they could send messages? As far as they
checks.
know.
Nyan cat.
Perception checks, please.
Perception.
Perceptions checks again?
All of us?
Mhm.
Fuck.
Perception.
Yeah, because this has
perception
been
for all
going
of us then.
so well for
Oh,
me.
Lord. Sorry, well, oh,
I
no.
think I just have a +0 for my perception. No, it's a +2. That's yeah, totally.
Oh, well. Agnes, I
And
can just say
Savangal?
Savangal, save us.
Come on.
that.
Nope.
All
mean-
5 of you jump as in the distance behind you, you hear. As you turn to look, you see a familiar looking green dragon diving down towards the small woods.
Oh, son of a fuck.
The woods in general or us?
The woods
small
where those
woods.
guys were.
Yeah, the woods where you came from, you see it diving down in that general area.
Savigal stealth like a cat, like the cat she is.
We're in a car.
Ride.
Look
Ball.
apart,
Ball. Speed up. Speed up.
Mhm.
No, slow down, slow down. They see my movement.
I think our problem may be over. Oh, well, then. At least.
Boy.
You see it sort of dip below the tree line. You can see the sort of tips of its wings still sort of unfurled and sort of spread out, almost as if it's sort of ready to jump up. And a minute or so later, and Savango, you think you may hear a distant scream. You all see a sort of puff of green rising above the clouds before you see as it
I
takes
suggest
off
we keep moving.
and turns heading back towards Neverwinter.
Wait.
Before
Towards
dipping
Neverwinter.
once, yeah, as in the Neverwinterish direction, towards more
Okay.
towards Fandalen, but you do see
So
it
did-
rise
Is she the
travel
only one who
there,
heard the screams?
and then dip down once again.
We should take care of that problem. It looks really angry.
I think it just took care of Agnes's
one of
problem.
our problems. Yep.
Yeah.
Agnes is putting the necklace back on, which has the symbol that she was looking for before. I don't know if Ursona would see it.
Boy, is
do I
It's
reckon-
not the same symbol.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not the same symbol.
It's not the same symbol.
Mhm.
Yeah, but that we sort of like created that problem. I mean, it's really close to
Yeah.
Neverwinter and stuff.
I'm sure they would have seen it themselves. The guard or the observant.
It's too injured, I think. No.
Okay, then
People-
I'm happy not
Um,
to fight that dragon.
Arsene, make a perception check. Bearing in mind, the last time you saw this thing was a week ago.
Oh, Lord, wait.
about a week ago.
14.
It is larger and it is healthy.
Fuck.
Is it definitely the same green dragon?
Mhm.
Or is it just feeling healthier?
Oh, it's definitely the same green dragon. There is a gap in its wing leather, the sort of leathery membrane between in its wings. There's a gap where it was before. Although from this distance you can't really see if it's bleeding or anything, but it seems to be a pretty healthy-looking dragon. It's not flying with any sort of limp.
We'll deal with it later. Right now, we have one thing to focus on.
We could
Yeah.
pass on some
Bearing in
warnings
mind
to
that
people.
you guys can literally recover from being dead with a good night's sleep.
Mm-hmm.
True, yeah.
Yeah.
We're like the exception.
Well, again, so I said this with the other campaign, but I'll say it again in this one. So in the world, essentially, you guys are above the curve in, especially in things like magical ability and stamina. So not everyone who casts magic has the ability to refresh their all of their spell slots each night. For some of them, it takes significantly longer periods of resting to recuperate their energies to be able to do things. Again, for others, they don't have quite as good ability to heal as you guys seem to do. As adventurers, you are slightly better than the standard population of the of the standard population, the populace, in essentially healing and being primed for a fight.
Doing all this, boys, just keep going until it reaches dawn.
And point of note, that is a bloody dragon. and it's been a week. So yes, it would very much be fully recovered from when you last.
I mean, you
So-
say let's go take care of it, as if we're that much stronger when we last fought it.
I'm not saying take care of it at all. The
I
town's
wasn't
guard of
talking to
Never.
you.
Oh.
Sorry. I mean, we could.
Who was?
So no.
Sorry.
No, he said he didn't want to fight a dragon.
Well, I'm just
None of us
thinking.
wanted to fight the fucking
It
dragon,
looks
but we
bigger. It looks healthy. It's a bit of a problem for all of the people nearby, and we did sort of, piss it off. So,
did.
Yes.
Personal grudge for us.
I mean, true, but Neverwinter guards would have seen it by now or been notified. We can't be the only people to have seen it.
yeah. Okay. That's okay.
We'll cross that
Also-
bridge when it comes to it.
It did solve a problem for me. Us. And did something I didn't have to do.
True.
She has this weird smile on her face.
Oh no. Weird.
Yeah, at
It's
this
fit.
point, boy keeps going.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the following couple of days of travel, not much instant happens. You follow the coastal road. You pass by fellow travelers, one or two merchants, a few just hauling wares, and a few sort of essentially the truckers of the world hauling goods along the road, along with a few guards to make sure that they don't get taken. Essentially, what you guys did to travel, taking goods from Neverwinter to Fandala, most of the time crates and such. You camp out. You find one or two places where a few other people have set up camp, and you either join them or keep your distance, depending on who you are. It's probably about It's probably about the fourth day or so of travel, and you're making your way along. The coastal road at this point it doesn't stick to the coast. It does sort of try and take path of least resistance. Well, at this point, you're probably about a day's journey away from the coast, but you are heading towards what you can see as flattening land disappearing off into the ocean yet again. As you make your way along, a curious sight greets your eyes.
Mhm.
There's a lone tree stood atop a hill, not too far off from the road. But that's not the curious thing. The curious thing is that where half of it appears to be in beautiful blossom, the other half seems gnarled, scorched, and burnt. Dead. Nothing on its branches.
Oh, what? Creepy. Oh, no. What the heck?
Do I feel any connection with it on any level?
You're a little distance away from it. This is something you sort of noticed as you're traveling along, glancing around.
Ew.
Mm,
I'm sort of
be
curious, guys. Can
careful,
we
Did-
pull up, and have a look, please?
I don't think the cart will make it up the hill, but sure.
I'm happy to walk.
I am too. Legs
creature.
are getting kind of tired.
Please.
All right then. I
Need a bit of a
once we
stretch.
pull up, I hop off the cart and I go up to the tree.
Can I try to do a flip off the cart?
Well, the
This is
cart
gonna go
won't,
well.
as Agnes very well said, the cart won't be able to make it up the hill. So you're going to have to leave the cart at the bottom of the hill, and a small trek, couple of minutes, but
I know.
have
Can I still do a flip off the cart?
you have to move away from the cart and leave it unattended.
I know.
We could leave night with the car.
Agnes wasn't gonna go with him.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah, Agnes was gonna stay.
And Boar, make an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics
Natural.
+5.
natural one.
Again. Oh.
14.
Oh.
Well, you jump, you do quite a nice flip, but on the landing, you sort of land somewhat wrong on your foot, and it's a little sore. It looked good, but your ankles are a wee bit painful now. And you
And I
sort of
keep walking away, kind of proud of myself.
and you
but
sort of go and sort of limp for the first couple of steps before you start putting a bit more weight on it. Okay,
I
and then you
can't
sort
roll
of
for shit tonight.
you sort of test it a
You
bit
really
more,
can't, and it's
and the
really
sort of-
helpful sometimes.
the pain gives way to a sort of very sort of slow ache, but
If they're all going up the hill, Agnes is still trying to brush this stuff out of her hair. Or something. Actually, that's what she's been doing the last few days.
it by this point it would have all fallen out. It appeared to be some sort of
Powder.
powder more than anything else, which Savangal
Mhm.
managed to get to stay in there.
Hey, they're a hair chalk, which is actual thing.
Mm-hmm.
What time of the day is it by this point?
At
On
this
this day.
point, it's probably mid-afternoon.
Alright, once I come up to the tree, I'm gonna sort of look around and study it a little. See if there's anything interesting about it, like just from looking at it. Like,
So,
physically interesting about it.
so what you just sort of looking it over?
Yeah, I'm looking it over to see if this is a natural sort of occurrence or if it's more magical.
So you're sort of okay. So that would be nature, roll nature check.
Nature, that's only a +1, yeah.
Wait, how do you have you're a druid?
Yeah, but nature is intelligence, and my intelligence is subpar.
Oh no, it's above average, and also he's not proficient in it.
Yeah, no, I went like
So
animal
should
handling for
be-
my proficiency,
Oh, okay.
Which
I
makes
figured that
sense, to be perfectly honest.
considering my life. Yeah, that's a 9.
one. I'm gonna. Can I help him at all?
No, the roll's already
You
made.
can make your own nature check, but
I will make my own nature check, which is a 14.
so no, this well, you've never seen one of these trees before. You think you may recognize the blossom, but you don't think it should be blossoming now. Although you suppose it could have maybe been struck by half of it may have been struck by lightning or somewhat. There's a sort of gash in the tree, hole sort of in the gnarled, lifeless side of it. So it may have been struck by something or whatnot. It's definitely an interesting occurrence, to say the least.
Is it perfectly in half?
Yep.
Like, oh shit.
The the southwesterly side, it's essentially split along what would be the northwest southeast. So it's kind of split like that.
So which side is which?
The more south, so the side closer to the pointing towards the ocean is the side which is in full bloom. The side pointing more inland is the side which is charred, dead, and gnarled.
Hey, Board, do you want to sit down and meditate with me for a bit?
Yeah.
Do you
Boar,
guys mind if we sit down and
this-
meditate for a bit?
No, you do it.
Thank you.
Boar, there's this is definitely not natural. You're not entirely sure what could have caused this, but you're pretty sure a lightning strike would not be so symmetrical and so large. And the sort of the sort of small indents in the tree don't seem to fit quite right, and the fact that one side seems substantially aged while the other side seems almost youthful is very weird. And there is a very large sort of hollow in the dead side of this tree as well.
A
Hmm.
hollow, he said?
Yes, there's a hole.
Does Boar point this out?
I would say Sono may have noticed it as well.
Zerno looks at the hole.
It's a hole.
Nothing in it.
Well, you said he looks at the hole.
Well,
Can I put my
okay,
hand
I
in the
look in the hole.
No. Before he does that, I'm going to put my hand in the hole.
Well, before you do that, Seven Girl, Arsene, you doing anything?
Abigail's gonna poke the tree and cast Identify out on it ritualistically.
Oh boy, this is
Alright.
where we find out that it's got a pig demon in it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the last one we had to fight a freaking Triceratops, so.
Jam is typing. All right. Arsene? Did I just... Oh. Hello?
No, we lost the.
The
Abby.
laptop froze.
Abby's laptop froze. I see. Well, we'll just assume Arsene's hanging around.
Yeah. For the mentor, anyway.
All right. Well, Savangal starts ritually casting Identify, catching the pearl. Cerno, as you start to look at this hollow in the tree, Boar just kind of comes along and then just shoves his arm down into there.
Hey, that was where my head was gonna be. Be careful.
Can I make? Can I let out a scream like it's hurt me?
You certainly can.
Okay. Ah!
Bo,
I
are
pull
you
it out.
okay? Are you okay?
Nah.
Does Boar need to roll a performance to check to
Yeah,
see
please.
exactly
Can
how
I do this?
Yeah, roll performance
Stop
and Cerno roll insight.
Insight. Okay, that is a +2.
Performance is a +2. Come on, not 20, not 20. What is it? It's an 8. God damn it.
Cerno, you sort of play along, but you know Boar's just taking the piss.
Ah! Oh no! Bo's arm's gonna be eaten off. Oh no!
I pull it out.
I then stick my head in.
Uh,
This is when
well, I
something
guess
is
make a-
actually inside the tree and bites it off.
Make a perception check, Cerno.
Alright. Perception. That'd be 16.
As you sort of stick your head into the tree, ow, your head hits against something, but it's not tree. And as you kind of pull your head back out, you notice there's something sort of lodged in the top of this hollow, which Boar wouldn't have felt by sticking his arm in, but you did clip your head on as you try to stick it through this hole.
Where's it? What's the... I look at it. What is it?
It's hard to tell, but it seems to be something bound in leather.
Can I... Yeah, I'd pull it out.
You know what? Make a dexterity check, since
Just straight
hollow
dex.
is about your head height, and this thing is
Oh, come help me. Found
Okay.
something in the tree.
Oh.
Dexterity. Can I asked him
Or
to help
as you
me.
approach to help him, you see Sono just suddenly fly off of this tree, almost as if he's being repelled away from it, and just slam into you, and you stagger back slightly.
Oh,
Lord.
Okay.
Guys, okay there?
What was that?
We're fine. We're fine. And I put my hand up with a thumbs up. We're fine. Everything's
It's my
fine.
turn.
Hurry up. Yep, you
Okay.
have fun, Ball. Oh, I'm just gonna lie here and be in
Is
pain.
it just the modifier?
For you, Boar, you can reach in and you're able to pull and shimmy slightly, and you manage to dislodge what appears to be a book.
A book.
Ooh.
Indeed, Savangal, and casting Identify on the tree. It appears to be a natural tree. You don't get really anything from there. There is magic in it, but it's somewhat confusing to you. It appears to be It's a form of magic which you haven't really ever come across. It feels quite old, ancient and it feels very sort of nature based. The tree feels very interconnected with the world. You don't get any sense of evil from it, so to say. It doesn't seem to be cursed or anything, but nor can you really fathom why it might be in this state.
I'm still on the
Seven
ground,
gold.
clutching myself in pain. You find it?
I have a book.
What is
Seven
it?
Girl relays what she identifies to them.
Eh,
Hmm.
That's
what does
odd.
it say, Bo?
Or cannot read it.
Oh.
Ooh,
I can't read.
Really?
It's in a language he doesn't understand.
but
Give it
you
here.
read all the time.
Let's see if I
Bo.
can. Let's see if I'd recognize the language. I know a few.
Okay.
Yeah.
Depends.
Can I read this?
Indeed, you can.
I can
It
read.
appears, it appears to be Sylvan.
Ooh.
And as you start to slowly turn the pages, make a charisma saving throw, please.
Oh god. It's cursed.
Saving throw. Okay.
Charisma saving throw, please.
Saving throw. The car is. Did I
This is
spell
very
that right?
curable.
Yeah, I did actually. What do you know? I'm happy with that.
A mind
15.
swamp. Jeez. You begin to feel, as you reading it, the words seem to resonate more and more with you, and suddenly you begin to feel like there's another mind pressing against your own. But you're able to sort of shake it off, and it sort of fades, and you realize what you're reading appears to be absolute gibberish for the most part.
It's like his trunk writing.
In my mind I say, hello?
You get no reply. The feeling has passed.
You say that it was almost complete gibberish. Are there some
You're able to get weird sort of snippets as you flick through the book. It definitely seems like the scribblings of a madman. Although the odd bits that stick out seems to be lost to the shadows. Many have lost it. Few survive with it. Very weird, vague statements, sweeping and not really revealing much.
Can Seven Girl cast Identify on the book to see if it's magic?
She certainly can.
I put it down and I sort of, while she's doing that, I'm going to sit in front of the tree and meditate.
All right, Seven Gal, as you cast Identify and take yet another 10 minutes, this magic is a lot more familiar to you. I'm now going to have to quickly look up the schools of magic because I don't remember all of them. You sense a strong sense of enchantment, illusion, and also conjuration. With the Identify spell, it seems to it reveals to you that this seems to be some sort of method of communication well beyond something which you have come across before. This is plane spanning. Nothing. It doesn't appear to be cursed per se, but it definitely seems to have some sort of defense mechanism in effect. And if you are not strong of your own mind and personality, it seems to essentially put you into the mindset of whoever writ the scribblings for a short while before you eventually come back to being yourself.
Does she relay this? Because I was going to
Yes,
keep
she
reading.
does.
Cerno,
Yep, she relays that.
if I start reading it again, I'm guessing I'd have to make another saving throw.
No, you have saved against it for today.
Oh, and I've read what's there, and there's nothing there that would...
You've read the vast majority of them.
Yeah, you've cut out at the end of your sentence again, I'm guessing.
You've read the vast majority of the book.
Yeah, you did. Okay.
Quick question. You said it was 3 schools of magic. What were they? It was enchantment, illusion, and...
Conjuration.
Thank you. Just so I could write it down.
Oh yeah, the cat knows Sylvan.
The cat also knows Draconic.
Oh,
Draconic kitty.
so... Samangal could actually...
Don't do it, Seven Girl.
So is it like a spell book, or?
No, there were no spells in it, it was just gibberish.
Hmm.
There were a few weird statements and things, but nothing else.
Maybe put it back.
Sano definitely didn't finish the book.
I could finish it.
Well, if you didn't get possessed now, I guess you're safe to read it for now.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish the rest of this book today. I hope we don't mind and stay here while we finish this book.
It doesn't take too much longer. You flick through, and there are a couple more pages of these scribblings. You see more of the same. Lost to so many. Struggle to hold on. Arcanists lost to the shadows. Just, they seem to repeat and vary until you come to the very last page, which is blank, except for something which is very noticeably slightly off. In a completely different hand, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 words written in Sylvan.
Okay, so I can still read them. What do they say?
Are you capable of seeking out its knowledge? And with that, we should probably call an end to the session.
Yeah.
Cliffhanger!
How long have we been going for? I'm not sure. 2 hours, yeah.
Yeah, we started late. Not too long a session. If you guys hadn't disguised Agnes so well, you may have had to have fought a dragon.
Oh God. I didn't even think about that.
Oh, yeah. I'm so glad we didn't hide her in the chest.
Dude, we were just taking the piss out of those guys. I'm so happy with that.
Mm.
And the fact that they just got brutally murdered afterwards.
That was
Oh,
amazing.
that makes me feel a lot better.
You were the last people they saw.
Amazing.
You don't know their story, man. You don't know Agnes's story.
No, don't. Not yet.
Oh,
Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed.
yeah, I did.
You avoided the combat encounters, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
We're good at avoiding the combat stuff.
especially when it involves the fucking dragon.
Yeah.
Kill something.
Yeah, that is so gonna come back and bite us in the butt later.
Dragon
Even stronger.
Yes. So this is the last session for now. We're going on like a 2-week hiatus.
2 week?
Well, I'm not entirely sure. I thought it was 2 weeks, maybe more.
No, I'm only away for a week.
All right, so it's a 1-week hiatus then. So the
Unless anyone else is away for reasons which I didn't know.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. So basically what's going to happen, we're going on a week's hiatus. During that week, each day I'll be doing I'll be waking up early and at the sort of same time as normal. We'll be doing a rerun of all the VODs that are on Twitch. So each day you can swing in and watch them if you wish. So that'll just keep you busy on your Dummies and Dice stuff. I may have to change up how I'm releasing the VODs later on, because the way I've been doing it, it wasn't very sustainable, because I was using art pieces for each like, what's the term, thumbnail, and and I've run out as of the 7th, and that's expensive to keep going, so I may have to rework how I release them in the future. But we'll come to that crossing when we come to it. So on the end of that, thank you for watching this episode of Dummies and Dice. Say goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
No, I don't want to say goodbye. Going.
All right.
Don't get eaten by Venom Fang.
Oh,
That's-
that's the name of the dragon.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Bye, everyone.